Good Friday, traders, and I welcome you back to the Forex Boat Trading Academy. In today's video, we will be looking at the main and major currency pair, which is the euro against the US dollar, the most popular currency pair of all. And I guess there is a lot of interest in understanding what is going on in the medium short as well as the long-term price perspective. So we will look at the daily chart and 4-hour chart in today's video to see what can be expected. But before we get started, I would like to remind you that information in this video is for educational purpose only, should not be considered as the financial advice. And guys, I would like to let you know that these will be our last analysis because we have to discontinue with our publications for the time being. And I really hope that you will enjoy this last analysis and will learn something new. So let's get started and see what is the euro dollar price action. Well, there is clearly some bearish pressure, as we can see, because there was this higher high produced at 123.50, after which there was the break below the moving averages, and there was the break below the previously made low. So there was this first indication that the trend is changing. So after the break below this support previously made low, we had the bounce back where price rejected the 50 exponential moving average. And we have used Fibs also to apply to this correction, which I will explain a little later. So this resistance area, as we can see, got rejected yet again. So we had this bounce just occurred yesterday, and what we can see, guys, today is there was this sharp decline already. So a new lower low has been produced, and yet again this could be the change in trend on the lower time frames as well as the higher time frames. Another very important point is that we have established an A, B, and C correction, after which price went down. And yet again, we see A, B, and C correction. And maybe we will see the same pattern or the similar pattern where the price will start declining. Maybe we will, of course, need to break below the trend line to confirm that. That will be an ideal scenario. So we break and close below here, then correct to the upside, and sellers could be waiting for the price to correct towards this resistance. Now, this resistance is confirmed by 38.2 Fibs applied to this last wave up. And this Fibonacci levels was chosen because it also corresponds to the previous supply area. There was a selling pressure, a lot of it, once, twice, and then we had another sell here. And maybe this will be yet another selling pressure at this price area. So right now what we might be seeing is the break below the trend line, consolidation, correction, and then we will have this strong move to the downside. Now, if we take this resistance area, the move could be as much as 235 pips. So this is a substantial price decline for the euro against the dollar. And why is this area is so important? This is basically at 1.1925. So first of all, we have Fibs applied here, which has 327.2 retracement level at this area. Now, if we move to the daily time frame, we have used this Fibs here, previous Fibs correction, and we have 78.6% Fibs. It corresponds to this resistance right there, and there was another resistance. So there is clearly some pressure from the sellers previously, and we might be expecting the pressure from the buyers this time. And this might be the ideal point for the buyers to get in once again. So this is not a trend reversal. The long-term trend is very bullish, but this is only a correction to the downside. So maybe if we use the average price uptrend trend line, we will see something like that, where the price will retest the trend line before continuing the long-term uptrend. Back to the 4-hour chart. So yeah, this seems like a very interesting scenario for the euro dollar. Just remember, guys, the trend is bullish on the euro dollar. It will stay that way at least for a week, 2 or month. but this corrective move down, which we expect, could be providing another buying opportunity for the long-term investors. Now, for the short term, it's very interesting to see how far the price will decline, and most likely we will see 1.19 psychological level to be tested before price will continue rising. So that was all on the euro against the dollar. Let's have a look at other pairs we had previously. Well, also based on the euro, this is the euro pound. It is still bearish, although we are rejecting the first support, but maybe considering that the euro is really getting weak, we might be having yet another price drop. Here we also have 220 pip potential decline, which kind of corresponds to the euro against the dollar, where we have also about 220 pip. Nonetheless, we need to obviously break below the support, have a closing price at least on the daily time frame. We might be spiking below this low and then going up, but overall we should watch multiple euro pairs for the bounce or rejection to the upside. But this is a long-term perspective. This is the weekly chart. We might be seeing a couple of more weeks to the downside before trend corrects. And we have also the euro Canadian dollar. Well, here it got invalidated, although it still is a very interesting opportunity because we still did not had a clear break and close above. We had a break, we had multiple spikes, and look how interesting it was. Price went down sharply here, and then it went up, kicking all the stop losses out from this area. So maybe we will see yet another spike above this area at 153.80 before we will continue going down. So this is also a potential move to the upside, yet another wave, and then we will see a fast drop along with the euro against the dollar and the euro against the pound. And finally, we have the New Zealand Japanese yen, which obviously tested the resistance that we expected. This is the weekly chart, guys, so it went quite a bit since we published it. Basically, it made a 300 pip move, so congratulations who had the same view, and I hope you did a lot of profits with that. And that's all for the euro against the dollar. I truly hope that you enjoyed it. Maybe sometime in the future we will continue the publications, but for now, as I said, we have to discontinue them. Thank you all for being here, for all your support, all your likes, and we wish you a great trading, profits to you, and find this perfect trading strategy that you enjoy. Thank you all, guys.